Well, we're still buzzing around here at CBS 2 because of this.
A very festive atmosphere here. It was a day of giving, and through much of the day, volunteers filled our lobby for a telethon to raise money for the American Red Cross and all the great things it does all across the country. Steve Baskerville was outside with Benny the Bull and friends, and Ryan interviewed Clark Wright outside our studios here on Washington Street. And at last check, right at the end of our telethon, we collected more than $1.1 million. But we're still counting and should know by midday tomorrow what the total amount is.
Thank you for participating if you indeed gave on this Giving Tuesday.
So generous.
Thank you.
From all of us at CBS 2. Thanks from CBS 2.
Thanks for supporting the American Red Cross.
CBS Chicago and the American Red Cross thank you for a day of giving.
Step Out to Stop Diabetes took place in north suburban Lincolnshire. 3,000 walkers and 350 teams raised money with their legs. Some people who did the walk have diabetes and say living with the disease can be a challenge.
It's like I'm able to live with it, but I'm fearing me not waking up in the morning every time my head hits a pillow.
Our CBS 2 colleagues were there as well. CBS Chicago is a proud sponsor of the American Diabetes Association to raise money for research, and I was honored to MC the event. And in 3 weeks, you can join my For the Diabetes Walk in Montrose Harbor.
CBS 2 is a proud sponsor of the American Diabetes Association Step Out Walk to Stop Diabetes. Hundreds of walkers turned out at Montrose Harbor for the annual event, and I was proud to serve as one of the MCs this morning.
We want to make sure that everybody knows that we are out here and that we want to help find a cure.
So far, more than $500,000 has been raised. Now, there were a lot of fun moments today, but there was one that really got the crowd going. There's Pam Zeckman, CBS 2 investigator, and Audrina Bigas up front and center, getting the crowd warmed up with some dancing before today's walks.
CBS 2 is always on the weather watch. Beautiful sunny skies like these can turn dark and dangerous in a matter of seconds.
I'm Steve Baskerville. Lightning can strike 10 miles away. So what's it like to be hit by lightning? Not once, but twice.
I'm Mary Kay Kleiss. You're a passenger on an airplane flying through a powerful storm. What's happening in the cockpit to get you where you're going safely?
I'm Megan Glaros.
Could something like this make you physically sick? Weather phobias are more common than you might think.
I'm Ed Kern. You're behind the wheel, the roads are wet. How do you avoid losing control?
This is CBS 2 Weather Watch, Storm Safety.
Spring is the most active time for storms in the Chicago area. It's also when we're most likely to see severe weather. And this is our home base, the CBS 2 Weather Center. This is where we track rain, hail, lightning, and tornadoes.
And the high threat zone for tornadoes includes us for the second half of spring, the area in red where 2 different air masses collide along the jet stream.
We have help bringing you up-to-the-minute storm reports from our team of nearly 600 CBS 2 weather watchers sharing their photographs and local storm reports.
We're going to tell you over the next 30 minutes how to stay safe when severe weather strikes. You may want to consider picking up a radio like this, a NOAA weather radio, available at Walgreens or your closest Meijer store.
The dream has come true.
The dream arrived in a box truck in the form of scooters, wheelchairs.
Each one of these items is there touching somebody's life.
This really started, really long ago when Bob Shea survived a near fatal fight with Guillain-Barré. Back then, his neighbor friend was there for him. His neighbor friend, Ed, in December.
I can't eat solid food anymore. Bob gets it because he was here.
Ed's in the final throes of ALS. The pals came up with an idea, thinking what will happen to Ed's wheelchair when Ed is gone. Devices for the Disabled was founded. This, just one location where the material will be housed, instead of thrown out, doled out, to serve a second generation.
I am emotional. I spent a long time in a wheelchair. I was paralyzed, and I know what this is going to mean to people. And I know back at his home, my friend Ed, who is paralyzed with ALS, This is all part of his dream.
Brad Edwards, CBS 2 News.
Officer Michelle Morsi Murphy is the cop who rammed her squad car into a vehicle containing Reverend Catherine Brown and her 2 small children, then used pepper spray and pointed her gun at Brown. Within a year of Brown's incident, 2 other serious cases were made against the officer. In one, Morsi Murphy, while off duty at night, called 911 to report this man robbing a 7-Eleven when he was just buying snacks. Listen as Morsi Murphy says they went on to rob another place, this gas station.
I guarantee you they robbed this gas station.
Again, not true. According to IPRA records, they never even stopped at the gas station, let alone robbed it.
Stories that make a difference are found here.
An Inglewood eyesore.
You can't even see the house anymore.
They called the city.
How long have you been trying to get this done?
Not much happened.
Off and on 3 years.
But when they called Pam Zeckman, the city finally took action.
I feel your call did wonders because no one was doing anything until that call came.
Discovering compassion on a South Side street corner.
It makes everyone out feel good. My heart is just so happy.
A Chicago woman bringing hope through harmony.
Why not bring it to the place that needs it the most?
We need a lot of love in the world today.
CBS 2, spotlighting a push for peace. CBS 2 highlighting Chicago doctors on a mission.
If I had to do this 100 times, I will do it, in spite of the risk.
Risking their lives to save bombing victims in Syria.
He told us you have to say your final prayer.
Bringing hope where there was none.
When will you stop? Will you stop?
I cannot stop, and hopefully this crisis will end soon.
Stories that make a difference are found here. CBS 2 original reporting.
Having your brother's tragic story told by CBS 2, what did it mean for you and your family?
Just to have our voices heard. You know, for like 3 years, nobody was listening, nobody. And then my sister reached out to Channel 2 and Dave Savini, and you guys have been relentlessly trying to get my brother's story told, and we appreciate it.
We can't change what happened to your brother, but what do you hope will come about because of our story?
Number one, I hope that the city of Chicago knows that the Colemans aren't going away, and the support from Channel 2 is not going away. So we're still seeking justice. It's awesome, the support. I feel as though you guys are family, especially Dave Savini. That guy is pretty awesome. I want more people to trust Channel 2 News and its team, because a lot of people need help right now, investigative. Things don't move unless you guys get behind it.